Hey everybody, welcome back to EA Central. Plav here, and today I'm joined by Brett from UB Central. Brett, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Plav. It's good to be here on EA Central.
Alright, so in this video we'll be discussing a couple things relating to Star Wars Battlefront. Not necessarily huge news things, but more so interesting pieces that make for some good discussion. So that's the more informal live commentary that we'll be doing here. So first time doing this on this channel, hopefully you guys enjoy it and maybe look out for more of these in the future if it goes well, I don't know. So anyways, Brett, let's take it away.
Yes, so the bank and asset management firm Piper and Jaffray has predicted Battlefront to rank alongside massive hits such as Grand Theft Auto 5. And Plav, you want to dive a little more into that?
Yeah, Piper actually projected that Battlefront is going to sell 9 to 10.5 million units for the first fiscal year of 2016. So that estimate was based partly on the fact that the first Battlefront reveal trailer got 17.7 million views in its first month.
Yeah, so 300 owners of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles were surveyed earlier this month, and they showed that Battlefront is now the #2 game consumers are most excited to buy, trailing only Black Ops 3.
So with that, the survey moved Battlefront actually ahead of Halo 5 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which wasn't the case earlier in March when I believe they also did the survey. So clearly Battlefront is on the move up in popularity.
Yeah, but beating Assassin's Creed Syndicate really isn't really like competition, to be honest, because no one really likes Assassin's Creed Syndicate. But moving on, so GTA 5 generated more than $1 billion in sales in its first 3 days of release in 2013, and to date has sold more than 52 million units.
Alright, so clearly pretty historic numbers. Is there any way you think, Brett, that Battlefront will be anywhere near those numbers, meet them, or even top them?
Personally, I don't think it will top it, but it could get really close, especially because Star Wars is such a big franchise and so many people love it. I personally have never played any Star Wars games, but I might pick up this one.
Yeah, I think anybody who hasn't been part of the previous Battlefront games is definitely going to try to get into this one. I mean, coupled with the movie and all that hype, I think it's going to be, yeah, like you said, pretty big. So obviously this asset firm thinks that it's going to top it based on all of their prediction and estimates, so we've shared what we think and we want to hear what you guys think, so be sure to leave your comments down below if you think Battlefront could possibly be as big as GTA 5 or maybe even bigger.
Moving on, Battlefront was confirmed to be playable first on the Xbox One via EA Access.
This was actually mentioned kind of earlier, and Aaron Greenberg of Xbox Marketing kind of spilled the beans when he put out a tweet that said we'll be able to play it first on Xbox One. But this was actually recently confirmed by Phil Spencer when he was asked about it being part of EA Access. So you'll need an active EA Access subscription to be able to play it early. And guys, remember that Sony actually turned down the offer for this service when they were first asked about it. So Brett, do you think, first of all, if EA Access is even worth it? It's $4.99 a month or $29.99 a year. Is it something that you'd ever, if you were a big fan of EA games, ever consider getting into?
Well, I've actually bought EA Access in the past, and I've had it for about 2 months, and I really like the fact that I could play trials of the game before it was released, and I enjoyed it. But then once games kind of stopped releasing, because they tend to come out towards like November, December, I didn't feel a need to really have EA Access, so after a while, I just canceled my subscription. But for $30 a year, that sounds pretty decent, I would say. But yeah, it's just up to the player, and if you like EA or not. I personally don't really play their games that much, so I don't know.
Yeah. Right, I agree. I think it's really dependent on the player, and if there's specifically any games you're really looking forward to, like Battlefront, you might consider it to be more worth it to actually get your hands on the game early. I know I've kind of been tempted by it with the idea of playing Battlefront early, but we'll see.
All right, thank you so much, Plav, for having me on the channel. It's always nice to be here and, you know, talk to a new audience, because my fans are Ubisoft fans and your fans are more towards EA. So it's always fun to be here and talk about EA games. So thanks again for having me on here.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. This was definitely something new. I mean, obviously we're not the best at it, but we'll get better, probably, most likely, hopefully. And
we won't.
Don't listen to him. But anyways, thanks again, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll actually have another Star Wars video going out, and it's actually not about the Battlefront game. It's about the other Star Wars game. Some pretty interesting, kind of smallish things, but still interesting nonetheless about that. But I'm going to save that for another video, so stay tuned for that, and also remember to subscribe to EA Central if you haven't already for continued news on all the hottest upcoming EA titles. And if you haven't already checked out UB Central, which, I mean, it's kind of crazy if you haven't, you should definitely do so. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Once again, this has been
Brett from UB Central.
And once again, this has been Plav, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Plav. It's good to be here on EA Central.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.